Happy Thursday, everybody. It's almost the Easter weekend, and we will try and get in a couple of reading assemblies before then. A couple of little reminders, if you wouldn't mind. Tonight, get outside. Go and clap at our key workers, NHS, the postmen, delivery men, the people that are working in Tesco's, all of the people that are looking after our country and keeping it running. Get outside, give them a round of applause, and take a photograph of yourself doing it. Send me the photos, or send the office the photos in school, and we'll stick them up on the website. Also, if you've done anything else to celebrate our wonderful, wonderful key workers, if you've sent a postcard to somebody to say thank you for being in the NHS, if you've stuck a poster up in your front window, just a message of positivity to all those people that are going to work, if you have drawn a picture, or if you've done anything, baked a cake and stuck it outside for the postman, whatever it is, take a photo of the fact you've done it, send it to the school. We'll put it on the school website, and let's celebrate your amazing kindness. Kindness, integrity, hard work. Let's show the kindness of Willingham Primary School, and let's carry on with a little bit of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. The Duchess took her choice and was gone in a moment. "Let's go on with the game," the Queen said to Alice, and Alice was too much frightened to say a word, but slowly followed her back to the croquet ground. The other guests had taken advantage of the Queen's absence and were resting in the shade. However, the moment they saw her, they hurried back to their game, and the Queen merely remarking that a moment's delay would cost them their lives. All the time they were playing, the Queen never left off quarrelling with the other players and shouting, "Off with his head!" and "Off with her head!" Those whom she sentenced were taken into custody by the soldiers, who of course had to leave off being archers to do this. So that by the end of half an hour or so, there were no archers left, and all the players except the King, the Queen, and Alice were in custody or under sentence of execution. Then the Queen left off, quite out of breath, and said to Alice, "Have you seen the Mock Turtle yet?" "No," said Alice. "I don't even know what a Mock Turtle is." "It's the thing Mock Turtle soup is made from," said the Queen. "I never saw one or heard of one," said Alice. "Come on then," said the Queen, "and he shall tell you his history." As they walked off together, Alice heard the King say in a low voice to the company generally, "You are all pardoned." "Come, that's a good thing," she said to herself, for she had felt quite unhappy at the number of executions the Queen had ordered. They very soon came upon a griffin lying fast asleep in the sun. If you don't know what a griffin is, look at the picture. "Up, you lazy thing," said the Queen, "and take this young lady to see the Mock Turtle. And to hear his history, I must go back and see after some executions I've ordered." And she walked off, leaving Alice alone with the griffin. Alice did not quite like the look of the creature, but on the whole she thought it would be quite safe to stay with it as to go after that savage Queen. So she waited. The griffin sat up and rubbed its eyes. Then it watched the Queen till she was out of sight. Then it chuckled. "Oh, what fun," said the griffin, half to itself and half to Alice. "What is the fun?" said Alice. "Why, she," said the griffin. "It's all her fancy that. They never executes nobody, you know. Come on." "Everybody says 'come on' here," thought Alice, as she went slowly after it. "I never was so ordered about in all my life, never." They'd not gone far before they saw the Mock Turtle in the distance, sitting sad and lonely on a little ledge of rock, and as they came nearer, Alice could hear him sighing as if his heart would break. She pitied him deeply. "What's his sorrow?" she asked the griffin. And the griffin answered, very nearly in the same words as before, "Oh, it's all his fancy, that. He hasn't got no sorrow, you know. Come on." So they went up to the Mock Turtle, who looked at them with large eyes full of tears, but said nothing. "Here is a young lady," said the Griffin. "She wants to know your history, she do." "I'll tell it her," said the Mock Turtle in a deep, hollow tone. "Sit down, both of you, and don't speak a word until I've finished." So they sat down, and nobody spoke for some minutes. Alice thought to herself, "I don't see how he can ever finish if he doesn't begin," but she waited patiently. "Once," said the Mock Turtle at last with a deep sigh, "I was a real turtle." These words were followed by a long silence, broken only by an occasional exclamation of from the Griffin, by the constant heavy sobbing of the Mock Turtle. Alice was very nearly getting up and saying, "Thank you, sir, for your story. It's very interesting," but she could not help thinking there must be more to come. So she sat still and said nothing. "When we were little," the Mock Turtle went on at last, more calmly, though still sobbing a little now and then, "we went to school in the sea. The master was an old turtle. We used to call him Tortoise." "Why did you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?" Alice asked. "We called him Tortoise because he taught us," said the Mock Turtle angrily. "You really are very dull." "You ought to be ashamed of yourself for asking such a simple question," added the Griffin, and then both sat silent and looked at poor Alice, who felt ready to sink into the earth. At last, the Griffin said to the Mock Turtle, "Drive on, old fellow. Don't be all day about it." And he went on in these words. "Yes, we went to school in the sea, though you mayn't believe it." "I never said I didn't," interrupted Alice. "You did," said the Mock Turtle. "Hold your tongue," added the Griffin before Alice could speak again. The Mock Turtle went on. "We had the best of educations. In fact, we went to school every day." "I've been to school, and been to a day school too," said Alice. "You needn't be so proud as all that." "With extras?" asked the Mock Turtle, a little anxiously. "Yes," said Alice. "We learned French and music." "And washing?" said the Mock Turtle. "Certainly not," said Alice indignantly. "Ah, then yours wasn't a really good school," said the Mock Turtle in a tone of relief. "Now at ours, they had the end of the bill, French, music, and washing extra." "You couldn't have wanted it much," said Alice, "living at the bottom of the sea." "I couldn't afford to learn it," said the Mock Turtle with a sigh. "I only took the regular course." "What was that?" inquired Alice. "Reeling and writhing, of course, to begin with," the Mock Turtle replied, "and then the different branches of arithmetic, ambition, distraction, uglification, and derision." "I've never heard of uglification," Alice ventured to say. "What is it?" The Griffin lifted up both its paws in surprise. "Never heard of uglification?" he exclaimed. "You know what to beautify is, I suppose?" "Yes," said Alice doubtfully. "It means to make anything prettier." "Well then," the Griffin went on, "if you don't know what to uglify is, you are a simpleton." Alice did not feel encouraged to ask any more questions about it, so she turned to the Mock Turtle and said, "What else had you to learn?" "Well, there was mystery," the Mock Turtle replied, counting off the subjects on his flappers. "Mystery, ancient and modern, with seography, then drawling. The drawling master was an old congreel that used to come once a week. He taught us drawling, stretching and fainting in coils." "What was that like?" said Alice. "Well, I can't show it myself," the Mock Turtle said. "I'm too stiff, and the Griffin never learnt it." "Hadn't the time," said the Griffin. "I went to the classical master, though. He was an old crab, he was." "I never went to him," the Mock Turtle said with a sigh. "He taught laughing And grief, they used to say. Oh, so he did, said the Gryphon, sighing in his turn, and both creatures hid their faces in their paws. And how many hours a day did you do lessons? Said Alice, in a hurry to change the subject. 10 hours the first day, said the Mock Turtle, 9 the next, and so on. What a curious plan, exclaimed Alice. That's the reason they're called lessons, the Gryphon remarked, because they lesson from day to day. This was quite a new idea to Alice, and she thought over it a little before she made her next remark. Then on the 11th day you must have had a holiday. Of course it was, said the Mock Turtle. And how did you manage on the 12th? Alice went on eagerly. Oh, that's enough about lessons, the Gryphon interrupted in a very decided tone. Tell us something about the games now. Okay, that's the end of the chapter. We'll have another one tomorrow. Interesting, those characters were going to school, and yet, at this current time, you're unable to come to school. But there is still lots for you to do on the website. I know it's the Easter holidays. If you want to have a break, that's fine. But if you're getting bored, if you want something to do, there are maths activities, English activities, there's history things to do, there's geography, science, DT, all sorts of bits and pieces. Mrs. Varty's art blog has got art activities on it to do, and there are loads and loads and loads and loads of videos on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel at the end of this video, and you'll see all of the new videos that come up. There are over 50 already there to help you get through this difficult time. So I'll read again tomorrow, and don't forget tonight, get out, clap our key workers, take some photos, show us what you've been doing, all those kindnesses. We'll carry that on this week and into next week as well, and we'll get some up on the website as soon as we get them. Okay, have a good evening.